The movie The Bad Guys was based off the books The Bad Guys. Find these 5 hidden Easter eggs in this video and comment where they're at for your chance to win your own collection of The Bad Guys mini books. Let's go. In Dreamworks The Bad Guys, we have an opening scene where the 2 bad guys are enjoying a nice cup of coffee right before robbing the bank. This is the same exact way that the movie Pulp Fiction started off their movie. Only instead of the bank being robbed, they robbed the cafe that they were sitting in. And in case you're wondering, Pulp Fiction is the movie where this meme came from. One easy way to predict who the bad guys are in this movie is to realize that the world is full of humans and animals, and essentially all the talking animals are bad guys. But here's the thing, all the bad guys are based on famous storybooks, and they even do a shout out to those stories like right here.
Now it's time to huff and puff and blow this little piggy's eyes down.
Another famous saying is to beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. Now this is a metaphor that's been around for a long time, like since the beginning. We had it in Zootopia, Wile E. Coyote did it, but the saying actually originated from the Bible in Matthew 7:15. Another famous bad guy was Kaa from Jungle Book.
Click the like button.
The snake gives a little shout out to Kaa right here. There was even an Easter egg referencing to the famous TV show, The Office. If you remember, Andy Bernard always referred to Jim Halpert as Big Tuna.
Hey, Big Tuna.
Well, Mr. Shark was voiced by Craig Robinson and he played Daryl Philbin in The Office. So here's your Big Tuna moment.
What's it, Big Tuna? I'm trying to work here.
Shark also goes by the nickname Jaws, as in Jaws. And he has a theme for Jaws as an alias. And Jaws is owned by Universal. Shark also has a brother who had a boat anchor fall on his head.
My cousin got hit on the head with an anchor, and after that, he only swam in a circle.
If you missed the connection there, in DreamWorks' earlier movie, Shark Tale, Frankie got hit by a boat anchor. So if they're related, that means that both movies take place in the same universe. Either way, it's kind of the same story plot. Here we have bad guys pretending to be good guys, while Lenny was a good guy pretending to be a bad guy. The cup that Wolf is drinking out of is a shout out to the Cup of a Carpenter from Indiana Jones. That's the famous Mona Lisa painting, and fun fact about the real Mona Lisa, she was either vandalized or stolen 5 times in real life in history. Pierre was the director of the movie, and you can see Pierre graffiti right there. Universal Studios might be hurting for money though, because even though this style of animation is claimed to be artistic expression, in reality it's because they're kinda cheap and this way saves a lot of money. It wasn't much, but it's still $70 million that they spent on the movie. Then in the police chase, they saved money to drive around the same streets repeatedly. Watch this. There's a smiley face on the wall at the beginning of the chase. Well, keep an eye on that smiley face because, well, they ended up going down the same street at the end and past the same signs like 100 times. There, here again. And this card has what's called dummy text on it. That's just like a filler and it doesn't actually say anything. And when you're editing, you often put that in there as a placeholder. So apparently they forgot to add in the text later on. And the password is like the dumbest password possible, 1 2 3 4 5. Well, that could have been a joke. And all the cop cars have the same numbers on them, which is totally wrong and stupid, because the whole point of putting their numbers on the roof of the car is so that the helicopters know which car is which, so when they're talking to them on the radio, they know who to talk to. Oh, and we have cops on the job in uniform drinking alcohol. While we're talking about money though, did you notice this money? Well, that's Marjorie Kahn, basically the Benjamin Franklin of DreamWorks, aka the president. DreamWorks and Universal also make their movies in the Los Angeles area, like most movie companies. That's in California, by the way. And if you look here, you'll see that the movie takes place in Los Angeles, California. This is refreshing survey time! Haven't seen one of these in a while. Okay, here's a question for you. Do you think Professor Marmalade's sidekick, this guy, looks like Bowler Hat from Disney's Meet the Robinsons, or do you think I'm crazy? Comment below!
Madam Governor, Diane.
Do not Clooney me, Wolf.
They reference to Clooney all the time in this movie, as in George Clooney. George Clooney was in a stop-motion film called Fantastic Mr. Fox a few years prior, and I would say that's quite good. Of course, I'm a sucker for stop-motion. George Clooney also was a dressed-up bad guy with the rest of his gang in Ocean's 11, and they also talk about George Clooney's charm in the Lego Movie.
With George Clooney level charm.
This jumping the bridge scene looks like the bus jump scene from the movie Speed, only the bad guys didn't have as good of luck as the people on the bus. Then there's a movie called The Blues Brothers, and at the end the police surround them saying hut 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 while rappelling down the side of a building and capturing the bad guys. Well, in this movie, when the gang's getting caught by the police, the cops do the same thing.
Golden dolphin!
Come on, you can't prove that.
But then get this, one of the Piranha's nicknames is also the Piranha Brothers Gang, referencing again to the Blues Brothers. If you were one of the people that helped name my dogs, congratulations, we found a name for her. Her name is Lady. Let me know what movie you want to talk about next, and your comment could be featured in the next adventure. But until then, remember, most importantly of all, gents and gentlemen, share a smile. They are contagious.
Have fun and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe.